I'd like to welcome Judith Cook. Judith is the founder of Elba London, a lingerie brand that offers contemporary bras designed to make dressing easier. And just a reminder that if you have questions for Judith, you can pop them into the Q&A box, which you'll find at the bottom of your screen. And we'll have 5 minutes to share some of those questions with Judith. As always, we will try and answer as many questions as possible, but if we don't get to yours, Judith will have the opportunity to answer them in text, or we will certainly follow up after the session. So now it is over to you, Judith.
Thank you, Sarah, and thank you, Cheryl, as well. So hello to everybody. Hopefully you can all hear me from Europe, or the other side of the pond. So yeah, I'm the founder of Elba London, and we are a bra specifically designed with women with arthritis in mind. We were founded specifically with Versus Arthritis, which is one of the big UK charities for arthritis. So all our testing and research was done around women with arthritis. So I want to show you the actual product, which I have here. This is our essential bra. So the key thing that we were working on was making the bra easy to fasten and unfasten. The insight that we got from talking to a lot of women with arthritis was the difficulty they had doing up the bra, specifically reaching around the back. So as you'll see, this is a front fastening bra. It's the front fastener there. And one of the key things which we were developing was the fastener. So we have our easy magnetic fastener, which hopefully you can see just opens and closes very easily. I'm just going to see if I can, hopefully, so I'm just trying to see if I can adjust my screen. So you can see it just comes together, opens and closes, literally does it itself. The other key factor is, of course, that we don't want it to come open. So you'll see I am pulling on this with all my strength, and either which way we move here, it will not open. That's because this fastener was developed. It's very clever that the magnets have a little catching mechanism. So they have the ease of coming together and closing, and the ease of opening. But once they're closed, the problem with a lot of the, you may have seen the fabric fasteners or fabric magnetic closures, that they will start sliding. But because of the catches here, it won't slide. But obviously the other key thing that we were looking for was we wanted it to look modern and contemporary. So we developed it with this. We have a mesh back, which is a power mesh back, which offers the support. We then have the bra was developed without wires. So we have a soft support here with a wider underband, the soft cups, the wider straps, but all of it is developed to be comfortable, supportive, but also with that ease of dressing. Just going to show you, we have perhaps in the other colours, one of the colours we offer, which is our fleur, which has, they're double cupped, so they offer that support, but this one has a lace outer cup, but again, it features that ease of opening and closing. So again, you may even be able to hear just the opening and closing that comes with it. And again, that pulling. Currently, they come in a range of sizes from extra small to extra large, and we are working on extending the size range at the moment because we are aware that there is a need for this across a range of different sizes. It has support on the side. Some people ask about the side here has a flexible boning, which gives that little bit of extra support, which is necessary underneath the arm if you don't have the wires. The black version, which it comes in, is also here. And again, you can see there's the power mesh just at the top of the cup here, and again at the back. I hold it up here, you might be able to see where the power mesh is. That just gives it a little bit more style. I mean, the feedback that we had from a lot of women was that the front fasteners were basically using the little hook and eyes, which are, for anybody with dexterity issues, there was obviously a real problem there, because a lot of them had not just one or two, but up to 8 we are finding. Some of them even had 10. And then there are also the sliders, which we had tested. We tested Velcro, but we found that was difficult for the support that was necessary, plus that it could damage fabrics if you had that against other fabrics. So these were designed specifically with in mind the ease, as I say, of opening and closing. And we're now looking at how we can apply these to other items of clothing. So they are available with matching underwear, which we thought was quite important, that some women did say to us that they liked to buy matching underwear. So we also developed them with that as well. They are made in Europe, so they've been designed in London, as I say, specifically with one of the big arthritis charities in the UK. And then they are made in Europe, but then they're available for worldwide shipping that we do directly out of London, or we have distributors in the US and other parts of the world as well. We are looking to, as I say, develop larger sizes, and we're also looking for input on further colour options that anybody would like. So we're always open to this feedback. And as I say, we're a new brand and we are looking to extend our range. So we really welcome feedback from people on what do they want, both in sizing and styling, recognizing that it's a very individual thing when you're dealing with lingerie intimates. So it's a constant input from our customer base and from women as we're evolving and hopefully developing this, taking our easy fastenings into other elements of intimates. So I do welcome further questions from everybody, because we are at that early stage of development and growing, and from taking the fasteners, which is the real focus of our brand.
So Judith, we have a lot of questions for you. This is proving to be a very popular topic. So
that's great, because as I say,
we have lots to ask you.
As Sarah knows, when you're a new brand, you just want to
Right.
hear from people, because it's like the whole thing is, what do you want? How can we help you? That's why we get into this, because I mean, I got into it because of, a couple of friends had a need there, and then somebody's mother had a need there. So this is what you want to hear. How can you deliver? So please, any questions at all?
Okay, so I'm going to get going with those now. So our first question from Katie is, I have larger breasts, a size G, and I have a hard time finding bras in my size. You've just spoken about expanding sizes. Could you give us a bit more detail about exactly where your range sits? And if you don't go up to a G, could you give other recommendations of something she could work with?
Yes, I mean, this is something, as I mentioned, we are currently looking at, because we're very aware of the issue around sizing. We currently don't go, and I'm totally transparent about this. Where we are currently is that we go up to about a 40 CD. But whilst we are looking at this, the issue is around bra design, that it is quite complex, and that what we were very conscious of was the need for wiring and what you need for larger sizes. So at the moment, I'm not able to say when we will be able to have our range ready for the additional sizes. But I would say to anybody, if they would send me an email directly, hello@elbalondon.com, I will give them some recommendations. I think I have looked at this market extensively, and in fact, I mean, probably every week I am responding to women, because we don't currently meet that need for that sizing. I can give them recommendations of where to look. So I'm very happy if anybody just send me an email, hello@elbalondon.com, and it will come directly into me, and just say, following up from, I mean, actually, even if you didn't say you're following up from, if you send me an email, I normally respond. I always respond to it. So, but if you just say, yeah, look, and I will send you some ideas, for you to look at, because I know it's quite challenging. So there are a few options that I can give you to look at, and most of those are in the US currently.
Thank you. So a quick follow-up on that. Why no underwears? Is that underwires rather? Is that something you would look at doing in the future?
Yes, we are currently looking at doing. I mean, what we started off with not doing wires because of that factor that a lot of women don't like wires, and particularly when we were talking to women with arthritis, there were certain sensitivities for a lot of women, that the discomfort around using wires. So whilst we don't use the wires, what we're finding up to a certain size, you can actually compensate by having a wider. I mean, one of the myths is that the wires and the straps are where all the support comes from. Actually, it's the underband. So it's the quality of elastic, the size of that elastic that you're using. And I was new to this, you know, my background was not lingerie, so I've had to learn an awful lot. And I myself thought it was the straps and the wires, but most of it, or a huge percentage of it, comes from the underband. The wires then can add a little bit more on the straps, but beyond a certain size. So, and you know, I use a couple of very excellent lingerie designers, and they say absolutely you have to go into the wires beyond a certain size. So we were using, in our initial launch, we went with that size range where we understood we could not use the wires and still offer that support. Beyond that, now we're working on how we can introduce the wires but still make it comfortable but offer that support. So that was the reasoning there.
And that's actually a great lead into our next question. May says, I can never pronounce this, by the way. I have costochondritis and pain in my chest. Does the magnet area dig into the rib at all?
No, it doesn't, because the magnets are actually encased in a very soft silicone. So they are very, very soft. I mean, and this was our key thing, obviously, we had to find something because we're sitting against the skin. And so it had to be soft. And so, no, they do not dig in at all. The way it's designed and the way they sit, that they do not dig into any kind of rib cage, or into not even the rib cage, but even into the skin, because we were conscious about the sensitivity of skin as well. So skin to product was very important to us.
Kerry asks, for the bra, is there a pocket available to put a prosthesis in? I've had a mastectomy and now have RA, and I'm trying a lot of different ones, but need a pocket to hold my fake boob.
Again, this is something where when we originally designed, we did not put a pocket in, so absolute transparency here, but it is something that we have had a large number of requests from, so it's something we're looking at to see if we can incorporate that. Well, we will incorporate in, but it was not part of our original design. So when we were looking at it, it was very much from that dexterity and arthritis point of view, and now as we've grown and we have more interaction with the customer base, that requirement has been sent to us, so we're looking at that as well, but currently we don't offer that. But again, if you send me an email, I can send a few suggestions perhaps, because I do, as I say, I have researched this quite a lot. So again, send me an email and I'm happy to offer a few more suggestions for you.
Okay, so now, do you have any Racerback styles?
No, we are currently, again, I mean, we have the one, our Elba Essential, the style is the same at the back. So if I show you, the back is, let's see, the back is, so this crossover style. The Racerback style is something that we have developed for the triangle bra. Again, the Racerback style, it has a limitation across sizes, we found, for that. So we have a triangle bra in concept, which has a Racerback, but a triangle bra for sizes again. So it's style versus function versus sizing. So the Racerback bra currently we would be doing, but it wouldn't be, if we were in development, but it wouldn't be for all sizes.
Okay, so we've got time for one more question before we head into our next session. And I want to ask this one because I think it's really important when we're talking about magnets. How will this work when going through a TSA scanner at an airport?
It doesn't set off. The one magnet will not set off the scanner. The only the proviso we put on, which is very clear, is obviously with a pacemaker, and then that has to be. But other than that, no. I mean, it's a magnet, and but the power of them is very strong to keep it together. But versus the power of magnets, which we have all around us in everything, it's very, very little magnetic. So no, it will not trigger anything off if you're going through an airport. And I've tested that myself many times. So
That's great.
Yeah.
So listen, thank you so much for joining us, Judith. We really appreciate your time. And we do have, there are other questions and comments in the Q&A box. So if you would like to switch your video and audio off, you're very welcome to hang out here and continue answering people's questions. For everybody in the audience, we will be sharing all of this information with you following up from the event as well.
Great. Well, thank you. And I will, as I say, just email me, and I'm very happy to answer questions, because I recognize it's a difficult area to buy online, and something
Absolutely.
that maybe I'll have questions later on. So as I say, we're always available to help. So just ping over an email. I'm very happy. So thank you so much, everybody, and enjoy the rest of the sessions.